Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to update your rental on a budget. So grab a snack, grab a drink, let's go sit down and let's talk about rental updates. All right, so now that we're comfy, let's go ahead and get into the video. So my biggest tips are going to be painting, flooring, and cleaning. And those are going to be three major things that you should do when you move into a rental property to make it your own. We're gonna go into some depth onto each step, and I'll give you some smaller tips within the bigger tips to see if you can update your place the way you like. So if you're anything like me, you want to make a space your own. And you want to do it on a budget because, quite frankly, not all of us have millions of dollars to invest into a house, especially something that you're renting. If you're not buying something, what's the point of really investing a lot of time and energy if you are just going to be moving in a couple years? So my fiance and I tried to tackle this project on a budget. Our goal was try to update this rental property for under a month's worth of rent. Our monthly rent is about $1,200 a month, give or take. So our goal was to try to do our renovations under that price. And it's totally doable. And we aimed for about doing $1,000 of renovations. Now that sounds like a lot of money up front, and quite frankly, it kind of is for people who are working a 9-to-5 job and can't necessarily spend that money. However, it is going to benefit you in the long run if you think about it. So when we were looking into renting a place, we looked everywhere. We looked at everything, every type of rental property you could imagine, and we discovered that if we wanted a renovated, nice looking property, we were going to be paying at least another $1,000 on top of our budget monthly. Now that's insane. So we decided to go ahead and invest a little bit of money up front to try to get the place where we wanted it, and we were going to be saving over $12,000 in the long run just by investing $1,000 up front. Now that's not always possible for everyone, and I totally understand that. So a tip that I can give you right off the bat is to do this over time. This does not necessarily have to be done all in one sitting. However, we chose to do that, so when we moved in, it was ready for us. So tip number one that I suggest that you do is clean. Clean top to bottom, left to right, clean everything that you possibly can, because it is going to make you feel so much better about where you live. If you're like me, you're a clean freak and you want to know that things are done right. So I recommend getting in there, cleaning everything that you possibly can within your time frame, within your budget, and make it nice. That way you know that every germ, piece of dirt, everything that was left over from the people before you is gone and you have completed it to your liking. So we decided to go ahead and clean the place first before we did any of the updates, because it made our updating a lot easier and a lot nicer when you're working in small spaces. So our house that we're currently renting now has hard water. So that means when we came in here to move, it was pretty gross. The bathrooms were all orange and red, and the toilets were really gross. It was just not a pretty sight. So that was my first step, was tackling that. We cleaned the bathrooms as hard as we possibly could with a special cleaner that was meant to take care of the rust and the limestone and all of the icky stuff that came out of the hard water. So we used a couple different things. My favorite thing that we cleaned with was the Barkeeper's Friend, and now this is a miracle product. I suggest everyone get it if you have hard water and you're dealing with rust in your bathrooms. I'll insert in some clips to show the before and the after we cleaned everything with that product, and it made a huge difference. We also decided to clean the carpets and mop the floors and do all of those little things, wipe down the walls and everything like that, and that made a huge difference. Now this was our cheapest cost, of course. We did have to pay a little bit. We got the carpets professionally cleaned, but if you own a carpet cleaner, you can do this completely on your own, and I suggest you do that if you would like to save money. My second tip that we should talk about is painting. Now this does not necessarily work for everyone because not everyone is allowed to paint their place. However, I like to ask for forgiveness before asking for permission because I feel like at the end of the day, if the place looks better, your rental property manager or your landlord is not going to mind. So we went ahead and painted every single wall in our place white. Now, when we moved in, it was this really dingy beige color and it was not flattering. It made the walls look dirty and we wanted to get that out. So we went ahead and painted everything white, the stock white that you get from every painting company, and it made it look 10 times better. Now for the price for this was our priciest endeavor because we went with a more expensive company, which we could have easily saved money if we went with a cheaper company and gotten the same results. So I recommend pricing out the paint before you just go into a store and buy it all. So we needed probably 7 gallons worth of white paint to cover everything that we needed, and we painted walls, doors, trims, bunch of different rooms, everything like that. And so I recommend kind of gauging how much paint you're going to need and pricing that out beforehand. We painted everything white. We ended up painting the cabinets gray. So we did about a gallon or so of gray paint. And all in all, it probably cost us around $400. Now that's insane. We could have easily done that a lot cheaper if we went with a cheaper company, but we live and we learn, and it ended up looking really, really nice. My third and final tip when it comes to updating your rental is flooring. So when we moved in, there was this really hideous old linoleum flooring in the bathroom and the kitchen. And so we decided to go ahead and insert some floating floors on top of that linoleum to give it a more updated, modernized look. So we chose some floating floors that you could get from Home Depot. So we went with a couple neutral gray tones for the flooring because we felt that that gave the house the best look. And so we got floating floors and we got the grip strip flooring. So I recommend going with the click and lock flooring and not the grip strip flooring because my fiance had a hell of a time trying to get this stuff to work. Of course, it was his first time, so he was going through some trial and error installing it, but he did it himself. It turned out wonderful. He just had a little bit of a learning curve. I suggest, and he suggests, that you get the click and lock flooring because it is going to make your life and mistakes 10 times easier to fix. If you're doing the grip strip flooring, you're essentially gluing each piece together on this really thin strip of adhesive, and it makes fixing mistakes a lot more difficult because you have to rip up that glue, and it's really hard to do that. So if you're doing the click and lock flooring, it may be a little bit easier to make your mistakes fixable. The price for this was a little bit less than the paint. It probably cost us around $300 for the flooring, and we got 2 full rooms worth of flooring. It only took my fiance about a day each to install, and once he got the hang of it, it went a lot quicker. It does take a little bit of time, but it's way easier than having some company come in and install like hardwood flooring or things like that, and it's going to be a cheaper alternative and it's removable. I suggest you do things that are removable in rentals just in case you have an issue with the landlord and they want you to take it up. So that floating floor is going to be a great option for you if you are renting your house. Another added thing that I would like to mention is sometimes you're going to need appliances when you're renting a place. So I recommend pricing out some appliances, looking at what you need. This is not necessary. Most places come with their appliances already, so you're not going to have to do that. But the appliances that were in this house were gross, and we needed to buy a washer and dryer. Now, this isn't necessarily something that you have to do, so I won't include the prices that we ended up spending for our appliances. So overall, we spent about $400 to $500 on the paint, $300 to $400 on the flooring, a couple $100 on cleaning supplies, miscellaneous things, tools, that kind of thing. So we did it for about $1,000. Now, an additional expense were those appliances, so that's something that you can give or take if you're looking to improve on appliances, but overall, we could update our place for under a month's rent, and it looks 10 times better and feels much more cozy, much more home-like after we did those renovations. So now that you've seen everything, we're gonna go ahead and close out this video. I appreciate that you spent the time to watch it and spend some time with me. Stay tuned for decoration and cleaning and DIY videos, and we are going to make this channel lots and lots of fun. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please let me know if you would like to see anything particular or you have any questions about the pricing or things like that on what we did to update our place. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you later. Bye!